now we are going to discuss about identity and access management. So identity and access management is a combination of policies and technologies. So using these policies, the organization can be able to provide, identify the users and provides access rights when the access rights are reserved for any users. So IAM is a combination of policies and technologies. These policies and technologies are used by the organization to identify the users as well as finding the right access for those users when using IAM user, it is possible to provide access right to other user who is going to use the particular AWS services. For example, if we have created an IAM user, this IAM user can be able to provide access right to other users. Suppose user 1 wants to get access to the particular resources. So the IAM user can provide read access. Read-only access can be provided to the particular user 1. The create access, delete access, update access is not provided to the user 1. It is provided only for IAM user. The other user can only read the particular resources, but they don't get create access, delete access and update access. So this is for IAM user. The next IAM groups. IAM groups can be created. Each and every group can consist of number of users, and one user can belong to multiple groups. And each and every groups have different types of access rights. For example, if user 1 belongs to group 1 means if user 1 belongs to group 1, in this group 1 it is having many access rights such as create, delete, update, auto calling the group. So these are the various access rights for group 1. The group 1 has created, and in this group 1, user 1 has belongs to group 1. So the user 1 can able to get the access rights such as create, delete, update, auto calling, etc. Then suppose another user 2 belongs to another group 2, and this group 2 is having the previous access permissions create, delete, auto scaling, auto calling group. In addition, it can have some other access rights such as auto scaling as well as you can have access to other AWS services such as EC2 as well as S3 simple storage services. So in IAM groups can be created. IAM groups can be created with number of users. Each and every group can have collection of users, and each users can have different types of access rights. Okay, here and one user can belong to many groups also, and each and every group can have different access rights. Here group 1 is having the access rights such as create, delete, update and auto calling group, and group 2 is having access rights such as create, delete, update as well as auto scaling, and it can also able to access the other AWS services such as Elastic Compute Cloud as well as simple storage service. So these are the access rights given for group 1 and group 2 created in the identity and access management. Then the third one is next component is IAM roles. IAM roles are provided for giving access rights to other AWS services. If one AWS service wants to provide access rights to other AWS services means it is possible through the roles. So roles can be created, and using this role, in this role the policies are attached because if any user wants to access particular resources, it will check the policies and techniques technologies. So using those policies, only the particular service or particular request is granted, or sometimes particular resources rejected if it does not satisfy the policies attached to the particular role. So using the IA roles, one AWS services can able to provide or grant access rights to other AWS services. Here, before creating a role, the policies need to be attached to each and every role, because when one user wants to get access to the particular resources, initially it will check the policy whether the request has been granted or whether it is rejected. Is calculated based on the policies attached to each and every role. For example, if AWS EKS represents Elastic Kubernetes Services, EKS Elastic Kubernetes Services. Okay, if Elastic Kubernetes Services wants to access Elastic Compute Cloud, initially the policies are attached to the EKS services. Using those policies, I can able to provide access rights to the particular AWS service. Okay, next, last one is IAM policies. If any resources needs to be accessed by any person, the policies are checked for granting the request or rejecting the request. All the IAM policies are given in the form of JSON format. The IAM policies are represented or written in the form of JSON format. JSON represents JavaScript object notation. So all the policies are represented in JSON format, and these policies are attached to each and every IAM rules. And the IAM identities or IAM resources. The policies can be attached to the IAM identities or the IAM resources. So before granting the particular resources to any user, it will check the policies. So if the policies are satisfied, then the particular request has been granted, otherwise it is rejected. So these are the things in identity and access management. Identity and access management represent a combination of policies and technologies. Using these policies and technologies, the organization can able to identify the users, as well as they can able to provide access rights to each and every user when and where it is required. And this IAM does not provide any replica or any backup. It does not contain any replica or backup. There are many components in identity and access management: root user, IAM group, IAM roles, and IAM policies. The root user means it is automatically created, and the root user can have unrestricted access. They can able to access any resources, and they can have any kind of access rights. Then second category is IAM user. Using IAM user, it can able to provide access right to other users who want to use the particular resources. So using IAM user, if user one wants to get the services from the Amazon Web Services, so IAM user initially provide read-only access to the particular user. So using the read-only access, the user one can be able to access the resources available in the AWS dashboard, but it does not provide any create, delete, or update access. Right? Only read-only access is provided. Then IAM groups, many groups can be created for providing access, various types of access rights. Then one person can belong to any number of groups, and each and every group can have different access rights. For example, there are two groups are created. Here, group 1 is having access rights such as create, delete, update, and auto calling the group. And group 2 is created for providing the other kind of access rights such as auto scaling, as well as accessing the other AWS services such as EC2 and S3. So according to the access rights, the user can able to use the services. If the new user for providing the access. Then IAM role, if one resource or one AWS resource wants to get access to other resources, it is possible by providing or creating roles. And for each and every role, some policies are attached. By checking the policies only, it will decide whether the request will be granted or it will be rejected. And finally, IAM policies. The policies are written in the form of JSON format, that is JavaScript object notation format. These policies are attached to each and every identities or resources available in the AWS dashboard. By checking the policies only, the resources can be released or it